Hi everyone, my name's Kate Kalthoff and welcome to a Stamping to Share video. It is evening. Normally I film my videos in the morning, but this is an evening video. And you might notice I have a little glass of sparkling water here with just a touch of amaretto in it. I thought, oh, my throat feels a little kind of funky and I was afraid my voice was going to crack on the video. So I went ahead and I prepared with a little bit of amaretto and sparkling water. So we'll see just how well I do throughout this video. So the card we're going to make today is one that I did at Fall Flair and it was a huge hit. I was inspired by a card I received in a swap from Terry Gaines and I changed up the colors a little bit to make it a little bit more me, but the card is essentially the same. And we are using the Cookie Cutter Christmas Bundle. And this is what the card looks like. It uses that wonderful and awesome cable knit sweater background embossing folder. And then when you flip it up, like sugar and spice, you are so nice. I just love that. And so let's go ahead and get started and I'll show you how to recreate this very, very cute little Christmas card. The first thing we're going to need is a panel of early espresso, and this is cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it's just a single sheet of paper. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to layer a real red piece of paper over the top of that. I have that cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to run that through the Big Shot machine with the cable knit textured embossing folder. This is the dynamic textured embossing folder, so you get these really, really deep and awesome grooves. And so I do hope Stampin' Out comes out with more of these because they are just so much fun to use. So we are going to go ahead and we are just going to glue this straight onto this early espresso panel. And I just put a little line of multi-purpose liquid glue all the way around, and we can set this in here and kind of just wiggle it into place so that all 4 borders are nice and even. Our next layer will be a panel of early espresso. This is 2 1/2 by 4 1/2, and we're going to go ahead and just glue this down right over the top of that cable knit embossing sweater panel. And so again, I just used a little multi-purpose liquid glue, and I'm going, oh, maybe about 1 inch or so off to the right. Maybe not quite that much. Let me just see. Oh, it looks like it's about 3/4 of an inch to the right off the left edge. So I'll give that a nice little press. The next panel that we're going to use on our card is 2 1/4 by 8 inches, and I've scored it at 4 inches. And so we can just go ahead and fold this in half. And once more, we will use a little multi-purpose liquid glue to get this set down. So we'll just add a little glue to the back, and then we can go ahead and set this right in here, making sure that all of our edges, once again, all of our borders are nice and even. And that looks good. Now we'll work on this center panel right here, which is going to be Whisper White. This is 2 by 2 3/4, and we're going to do a little stamping on this. So the stamp set that we're going to use to stamp our sentiment is Sweet Seasons, and it has this like sugar and spice, you are so nice, which is just such a cute little sentiment, especially for any card that has a gingerbread on it. And so the ink that we're going to use is Tip Top Taupe, and then I'm going to ink up that sentiment, and we'll just give that a little stamp just like this. I like to use Snail when I put my Whisper White or Very Vanilla panel onto my papers, because then I know I won't get any glue lines showing. You don't get glue lines with colored cardstock from Stampin' Up, but sometimes you can with the Whisper White or Very Vanilla. So we have that all set into place and it looks great. Now we are going to use some of this wonderful Candy Cane Lane Designer Series paper. There are so many awesome, awesome patterns in this paper. And I've had several customers stock up on it because they're just like, oh, we just can't get enough of it. And I don't blame them. It's adorable. We are going to take one of those awesome panels, and I have this cut at 2 by 2 3/4. That's the same size as this white panel is on the inside. And so we can go ahead and again, we'll just use a little multi-purpose liquid glue all the way around, and we will set this right over the top of that red panel. So it looks so cute already, and it's going to get even cuter. So the next thing we're going to do is, I just have a scrap piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to stamp my gingerbread. Now he needs to be stamped on a Stampin' mat because the cookie cutter Christmas stamp set is a photopolymer stamp. So I'm going to ink up the gingerbread with the tip top taupe, and we'll just set him in here just like so. And then we're going to take that little bow tie, and using our real red ink, we're going to put that bow tie right here on the end. And now all we need to do is punch that out. So let me grab the gingerbread punch, and we can go ahead and do that little bow tie right away. We'll just slide this in on the edge and make sure that's nice and lined up, and give that a little punch. So there's our little bow tie, and then we'll go ahead and we'll slide this paper in, and we will punch out our little gingerbread man. Okay, so now we just need a little spot to put him. So let me take the card out of the picture for a second here, and we are going to use our Layering Ovals framelets. And so I have gone ahead, I've run it through the Big Shot machine just to save a little time. I'm using early espresso paper, and I use the 5th largest of these scallop ovals. And so now we can go ahead and we can just add a little bit of glue to one side. So let me do that. And then we'll bring our card back in, and we're just going to glue this oval on the right. So you can see plenty of the Designer Series paper over here on the left, and we're just going to center this oval in and have it about half on the red sweater part of the card and the other half on the Designer Series paper. And so that's what it looks like so far. Now all we have to do is put our little gingerbread man on. So we're going to flip him over and add a couple of dimensionals. And as you can see, I've added 2 dimensionals, and then we're just going to center him right here into that oval. So adorable. And then we'll take the little bow tie, and I like to put this on with a glue dot. So I'm just going to grab a glue dot with my bow tie, and then we can go ahead and set this on to the gingerbread man. And just like that, we have the most adorable little card. So here's the card I've just done, and here's the card that I had done in advance. And you'll notice I just changed out the Designer Series paper, and you could use any one of those Designer Series paper in that pack. If you are interested in placing a product order, please visit my blog at www.stampingtoshare.com, and there's links there for you to place product orders. Have a great day. Bye-bye.